Blood Bodhi enhances the potential of biological gene lineages. Upon hearing of this effect, everyone immediately took note. They also basically guessed that the floating land beneath their feet was likely one of the highly important floating lands controlled by the family's subordinate branches. As for Song Kai, the first thing he thought of was the thorned flying dragon and Tuo Gu Hong, both of which were creatures whose genetic bloodlines were at the limit of a certain stage. If they could use even a small amount of this blood bodhi, could it help them advance to the 5th tier of the genetic bloodline spectrum? As he pondered, the voice of the family head Song Xuanchang once again sounded beside his ear. This blood bodhi continent was discovered only 200 years ago. The family's valuation of it reached 7 stars. To avoid affecting the production of blood bodhi within the continent, the family did not carry out a large-scale invasion but opted for a free-range system. As he said this, Song Xuanchang's voice paused slightly, and after a moment of contemplation, he continued. Because of this, the difficulty of performing missions inside this floating land is tremendous. If the Blood Bodhi tribe's 4th-rank existences are alerted, the level might escalate to hell. The duration of your mission this time is 2 months. In these 2 months, the top 10 individuals who obtain more blood bodhi and of higher quality will pass this first stage. Upon hearing this, everyone felt a chill in their hearts. They couldn't be more familiar with the family's mission ranking system. 1 star, straightforward, daily tasks, basically no danger. 2 star, ordinary, about 5% mortality rate. 3 star, difficult, about 15% mortality rate. 4 star, hazardous, about 30% mortality rate. 5 star, hell, more than 60% mortality rate. Just thinking about a potential 60% mortality rate, and the need to stay on the continent for more than 2 months, made it difficult for everyone to remain calm. Song Kai felt the same. The combat power of Kongchong is formidable, but that is relative to 2nd-rank and 3rd-rank creatures. 4th-rank units do not fall within this category. Up to now, Kongchong has faced a 4th-rank unit in combat only twice. The Golden Armored Giant Beast and that 4th-rank Star Devouring Vine. There's no need to mention the Golden Armored Giant Beast, as it was heavily injured from the start, and regarding the Star Devouring Vine, it had just advanced recently. So, strictly speaking, neither was a normal 4th-rank unit. Besides that, neither the Golden Armored Giant Beast nor the Star Devouring Vine had the boost of 4th-rank floating land rules. The Copper Mountain continent chosen by the Golden Armored Giant Beast was only a 3-level floating land and, since the Golden Armored Giant Beast was an outsider, the Copper Mountain continent had neither the capability nor the intention to boost it. As for the Star Devouring Vine, its growth was predicated on the premise of draining and destroying a floating land. The core source of that 4-level floating land would certainly not provide it with support. Even so, killing both had cost them no small price. However, the 4th-rank Blood Bodhi tribe on the Blood Bodhi floating land were different. They were indigenous creatures born and bred on the Blood Bodhi floating land and would naturally have the support of the land's own rules. Because of this, their combat power within the Blood Bodhi floating land would far exceed that of a normal 4th-rank unit. Once truly targeted by them, even the current Kongchong would be in grave danger. Seeing the varied expressions of the crowd, Song Xuanchang continued. If there are any who wish to withdraw, you may do so now. However, once you agree, you must not retract your decision later, otherwise. Song Xuanchang left his sentence unfinished, but Song Kai and the others were well aware that any subsequent retraction would surely bring about severe punishment from the family, and it would not be light. Seeing that no one spoke, a rare smile appeared on the indifferent face of Song Xuanchang. Very well, this is what I expect from the sons of the Song family. Since no one is withdrawing, all information about the Blood Bodhi floating land will be provided to you in advance. In this time leading up to the mission, you may make targeted preparations. Upon hearing this, the 18 of them, including Song Kai, became aware that the family had given them some special consideration. Although the danger of the succession struggle remained, At least they had been given detailed information about the Blood Bodhi floating land in advance by the family, so they could make all kinds of preparations ahead of time. In doing so, the family could effectively filter out a batch of people without causing undue attrition among these top figures of the family's current generation. As Song Xuanchang gestured with his hand a second time, the scenery before everyone's eyes changed once more, and they found themselves back inside the clan ancestral hall. At the same time, their quantum communication bracelets began to emit a series of notification beeps. You have received the file. Information related to Blood Bodhi floating land, please check for details. Song Kai casually opened the communication bracelet, and without waiting to examine it closely, Song Xuanchang's voice came from above. That's all. Gather here in a month to officially head to the Blood Bodhi floating land. You are dismissed for now. Stay connected through my virtual library empire. The 18 individuals walked out of the ancestral hall one after another. Once they returned to the foot of Dragonspine's sacred mountain, they began discussing with one another sporadically. Behind them, the voice of Song Zi sounded. Song Kai, my cousin, what do you think? Any interest in forming a team? Hearing this, Song Kai thought for a moment, but eventually declined the offer. Let's not. Thanks for the offer, cousin, but my flagship is better suited for solo operations. The family did not explicitly forbid teaming up for the mission. This first-stage succession task was just to weed out a small group of people, and as long as it wasn't a large-scale team, the family wouldn't object. The reason for Song Qi's refusal was, as he said, on Kongchang, components such as the sonic silence field, void membrane, fixed-point launch pad, brainwave remote control system, and void phantom assassin soldier figure tree, were all perfectly capable of silently and remotely controlling operations to loot the Blood Bodhi. In this way, he himself did not have to take any risks, and could significantly increase his scavenging speed without any concerns. On the contrary, if he were to team up with others, it would impact him, which is why Song Kai chose to decline. Song Zi did not seem surprised by his refusal. After 2 more exchanges, they soon went their separate ways. On the other hand, a candidate who was also second rank inquired through warship communication. Zi, why do you seem so concerned about that person? Is there a reason? Song Zi's eyes remained calm as he replied directly. What reason could there be? It's just curiosity. Ever since I've known him, he has always kept a low profile. Family Merit Hall. Song Kai did not choose to return directly to Green Moon Manor but instead went to the Merit Hall. According to the information provided by the family head, the interior of the Blood Bodhi floating land was divided into 5 realms, and the number of 4th rank level Blood Bodhi tribe members exceeded 20, signifying a high level of danger. For this reason, he needed to make all necessary preparations. To be more specific, he needed to enhance the enhancement levels of both the Totem Spirit Column and Shikong's number 004 Breeding Secret Realm components as much as possible. Only then would he have more cards up his sleeve later on in the Blood Bodhi floating land. However, to enhance the rank of these 2 high-quality components fully required an amount of resources that was no small feat, which is why Song Kai had come to the Merit Hall. On the 49th floor of the Merit Hall, access was easy for Song Kai as there were still 31 golden merit points in his account. At the merit exchange counter, the clan member in charge today looked at Song Kai with a surprised and doubtful gaze as he took out the body of a 4th rank void demon. Once the clan member recovered from the shock, he quickly asked. A 4th rank void demon corpse, without void crystal, can be refined into a drop of 4th rank primordial blood. The family's purchase price is 80 golden merit points. Do you confirm the exchange? 80 golden merit points. Song Kai slightly furrowed his eyebrows, for normally, the price of a drop of 4th rank primordial blood was around 100 golden merit points. This 80 points. Upon reflection, Song Qi's furrowed eyebrows soon smoothed out as he understood the reason behind it. As he knew, refining 4th rank primordial blood was not an easy task. It required action from a 4th-rank torch ship captain and would take a considerable amount of time. Presumably, the discounted 20 golden merit points was the reward for the clan elder's effort in refining. After understanding this, he quickly nodded. Considering this, the price was actually quite reasonable. If you were to take this to the outside world, let alone whether those 4th-rank torch ship captains would directly swallow the 4th-rank lifeform corpse, even if they did not, they would surely demand a hefty price, asking for 50% of the corpse's own value without hesitation. Ding! Account successfully credited 80 golden merit points. Current golden merit point balance is 111. Looking at the prompt from the quantum communication bracelet on his left wrist, Song Kai stepped onto the 50th floor of the merit tower. In front of a counter in the corner of the 50th floor, Song Kai stopped. Item name: 4th rank floating land origin exchange restriction. 2nd rank and above clansmen can exchange up to 3 strands every 5 years. Find more chapters on my virtual library Empire. Exchange price: 2 golden merit points per strand if you wanted to enhance the Chikong's number 004 breeding secret realm component later. The 4th rank floating land origin was indispensable. Furthermore, he would need law stones. Unfortunately, he had already used up his annual quota of 5 law stones, and there were still over 2 months left until the quota would refresh. However, Song Kai was not troubled by this, as the solution was quite simple. Since he had enough golden merit points at hand, he had already notified his mother, Chen Lixia. Once she arrived, he would transfer the merit points to her and have her exchange them for 5 law stones on his behalf. Soon, 6 golden merit points were deducted, and Song Kai successfully obtained 3 strands of 4th rank floating land origin. Having done that, he didn't rush to exchange other items and instead waited for his mother to come while also carefully considering what other resources he needed. The 3rd rank floating land origin was not needed for now. In the past 5 months, he had obtained hundreds of strands of 3rd rank floating land origin using the spirit mechanism synthesis platform and should have enough for the time being. However, with less than 300 titanium crystals remaining, this was somewhat insufficient. It seems there are still a few hundred crystals in the clan's public account. I can only exchange some there for emergency use. Besides 3rd rank floating land origin and titanium crystals, the next item was the void crystal, which was the most troublesome. Components of Chikong's number 004 breeding secret realm needed this item for enhancement. Getting these crystals was no easy feat, and Song Kai still lacked a significant number of both 2nd rank and 3rd rank void crystals. Although he could travel to the dark side of the void through the Zutian Ruins Market to hunt void demons, this would take time, and he didn't believe he could hunt the required number of 2nd and 3rd rank void demons within the next month. After much contemplation, he eventually decided to post on the family forum. Urgent massive purchase, golden merit points for 2nd rank, 3rd rank void crystals. He created a post with a catchy headline, and then in the main content below, he provided his specific exchange rates. According to the regular market rate, 1 golden merit point a 10 2nd rank void crystals, 20 golden merit points a 10 3rd rank void crystals. Based on this, Song Kai offered a slight discount in his rates. 1 golden merit point for 9 2nd rank void crystals. 20 golden merit points for 9 3rd rank void crystals. He wasn't being stingy, but rather, the amount of void crystals needed for enhancing the breeding secret realm was significant, and his golden merit points were already tight. He posted the message on the forum and spent another golden merit point to activate the 1-hour sticky post feature, while his mother had also arrived. A few minutes later, Chen Lixia returned 95 golden merit points into Song Chi's account, along with 5 law stones. Back at Green Moon Manor, Song Kai immediately ventured into the ruins market and then piloted the Kang Chong into the external void to begin his 2nd void demon hunting operation. His golden merit points weren't picked up for nothing. If he could hunt some more by himself, he would save on the need for purchases. The dark side of the starry sea, void space. Nearly 20 days had passed since Song Kai returned from the Bailing Starfield. During this time, his luck had not been very good, as he only encountered a small squad of dozens of void demons and harvested one second-rank void crystal along with dozens of zero-rank and first-rank void crystals. Although he had exchanged quite a few through the family forum, after the component of Chikong's number 004 breeding secret realm was enhanced to LV30, subsequent enhancements stagnated, with third-rank void crystals proving too rare and scarcely purchased. His eyes swept over the radar on the side, which clearly showed the presence of a Void Assassin clan soldier figurine tens of thousands of meters ahead of the Kang Chong. Song Kai, however, paid it no heed, whispering to himself, "I hope this time it will attract enough void demons." He had intentionally left a tracking mark on one of the Void Assassin clan soldier figurines during the recent clearing of that demon squad to actively attract large groups of elusive void demons. Time slowly passed, and more than 10 hours had gone by, with several void gangwinds sweeping through the area. Fortunately, the Void Assassin clan soldier figurine was already at LV40, which allowed it to move freely in the midst of these void gangwinds. Inside the Kang Chong, Song Chi's eyes narrowed. Just when he thought that no void demons would come in the short term, a sudden alert from the radar on the side was a welcome surprise. Tens of thousands of void demons, with the number of second-rank void demons not less than 1,000, and around 100 of third-rank void demons, excellent. Song Chi's emotions at this moment were indescribable in words. Before this, he had little hope of collecting a sufficient number of third-rank void crystals. Unexpectedly, these final moments brought him such a great surprise. More than 100 third-rank void crystals should be enough to enhance the Chikong's number 004 cultivation secret realm to 4th rank. Then, he would be able to unseal and enslave those two 4th-rank void demons. Suppressing the excitement in his heart, Song Kai did not act hastily but instead scanned the radar display on the side several times. After confirming there were no 4th rank, much less 5th rank level void demons, he then summoned all the Void Assassin clan soldier figurines. At the same time, both the Light Energy Aggregation Engine and the Phantom Thruster operated at full load, propelling the Kangchong, with its hull covered by a layer of dark spectral energy shield, to roar forth. Boom! 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 Under the concentrated fire of the Pure Yang Sword Beam Cannon, the Cold Light Heavenly Frost Cannon, and the Electromagnetic Ray Cannon, the situation on the battlefield was completely one-sided, to say the least. Without the presence of 4th rank or higher void demons, the number of opponents was no issue at all in front of the Kangchong. With the Neutron Star Core Armor, plus Dark Matter Energy Shield Generator, two high-quality parts boosting each other, numerical advantage was utterly insignificant. Think about it. Facing 4th-rank warship armor and energy shields that couldn't even be breached, plus the Neutron Star Core Pulse feature, what use was there in sheer numbers? Thousands of void demons were slaughtered in mere minutes, and with the swift clearing of the 35 Void Assassin clan soldier figurines, all void crystals were delivered into Song Chi's hands. However, before he could tally them, a terrifying aura suddenly came from the side. This is 4th rank. No, 4th rank void demons can't make such a commotion. It's a 5th rank level void demon. Having witnessed the actions of 4th rank void demons firsthand, Song Kai immediately made the judgment. Simultaneously, the engines and thrusters of the Kangchong burst forth, speeding in the opposite direction. His reaction was swift, but the attack from the 5th rank level void demon behind him was swifter still. A law blade, over 100 meters in diameter, streaked across the void and shot straight towards them, striking accurately on the side of the Kangchong's hull. Whir! 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 The dark matter energy shield transmitted violent ripples, and under the assault of the formidable law blade, the Kangchong was also blasted dozens of meters away, its body rolling violently. Warning! Energy shield under attack. Shield value decreased by 76%, please repair immediately. Energy shield damage detected, Neutron Star Core Pulse feature activated, recovering energy shield value. The alarm from the semi-intelligent shipboard system made Song Chi's heart tremble fiercely, A single hit that wiped out 76% of the dark matter energy shield value was definitely the strongest attack the Kongchong had ever faced. It was only because the dark matter energy shield generator had already been enhanced to LV40 in advance, acquiring some law resistance. Otherwise that strike would have completely overloaded the dark matter energy shield, and even a large swath of the warship armor would have been stripped away. After a brief moment of fear, Song Kai quickly recovered. Why had he been reluctant to actively hunt the void demons in this void space? Was it not out of fear of this very scenario? For the same reason, he had been somewhat prepared in his heart. Once he had calmed down, he no longer cared about those void assassin clan soldier figurines. With a thought, the Kongchong beneath his feet began to shrink rapidly, and before the Kongchong could no longer contain him, Song Chi's figure vanished quietly. Along with him, the miniaturized Kongchong also disappeared. What Song Kai didn't know was that the moment he and the Kongchong vanished, several law blades, also over 100 meters in diameter, swept across one after another. Had he not already returned to the ruins market with the Kongchong, these attacks could have severely damaged the Kongchong. Of course, that was assuming he had not activated the neutron star fission feature. Within the ruins market, a flash of relief crossed Song Chi's eyes. Although those subsequent law blades did not hit the Kongchong, he had personally witnessed these terrifying strikes just before returning to the ruins market. For a moment, he even felt as if the Kongchong would be sliced in two the next second, completely doomed to sink. Such might from an attack across who knows how great a distance, this is the power of a fifth-rank being. Pulling himself together, Song Kai then said with a wry smile, "It seems that using tracking marks to actively attract void demons is a method that should not be overused in the future. It's too dangerous." After a brief bitterness, Song Kai turned his attention to the void crystals in his hands, numbering in the 5 digits. Upon seeing the more than 100 third-rank void crystals, the initial bitterness quickly turned to joy. With these void crystals, Shikong's number 004 cultivation secret realm could be effectively enhanced to 4th rank. With that, other issues would no longer pose a problem. Song Kai re-summoned the Kongchong and began the subsequent enhancement without delay. "Are you sure you want to consume 20 strands of 3rd rank floating land origin plus 70,000 spectral energy points plus 43 titanium crystals plus 5 3rd rank void crystals to enhance Shikong's number 004 cultivation secret realm from LV30 to LV31? Confirmed. After 9 consecutive confirmations, this red quality part was enhanced to LV39. Finally, he used 150 threads of 3rd rank floating land origin plus 3 threads of 4th rank floating land origin plus 110,000 spectral energy points plus 80 titanium crystals plus 1 law stone plus 20 3rd rank void crystals to officially upgrade Shikong's number 004 breeding secret realm to 4th rank. With the enhancement complete, the attributes of the component underwent significant changes, the most substantial of which was the unsealing of the Silver Apple Mother Tree and the 2 4th rank void demons. Shikong's number 004 breeding secret realm LV40 quality, red. Feature: plant growth speed increased by 140%. Feature 2: success rate of alien species plant transplantation increased by 40%. Up rank requirement: 5 threads of floating land origin, 4th rank, 130,000 spectral energy points, 83 titanium crystals, 4 law stones, 1 4th rank void crystal. Note: this component requires an additional 3 slots. Secret Realm Accelerator consumes 140,000 spectral energy points to perform a time acceleration on the Secret Realm, with an acceleration rate of 50x, current component level, cooldown time of 1 year. Beyond the ability to unseal the 3 mentioned, what Song Kai was most excited about was undoubtedly the Secret Realm Accelerator feature. As it enhanced to LV40, the normal acceleration rate had reached 1 to 2000, and for plant-based life forms, this rate is equivalent to a staggering 1 to 4800. In his excitement, his hands moved swiftly. With a flash, Song Qi's figure disappeared within the Kongchang. Under the nearly 4,000-meter tall, silver apple mother tree of the number 004 breeding secret realm. His palm touched the pure silver trunk again, and at the same time, the whole secret realm's sky began to undergo a transformation. A quarter of an hour later, the originally lifeless silver apple mother tree suddenly changed. An overwhelming surge of life force and the power of laws spread from the pure silver trunk, and at one moment, Song Kai felt as though the entire cultivation secret realm's vitality had intensified markedly. This was not an illusion but a reality. If one had to explain, Song Kai could only say that rather than being transplanted midway into the secret realm, it would be more accurate to say the silver apple mother tree had been transformed into the source plant of this breeding secret realm by certain special methods of the tri-eyed royal family member Chikong. It was the foundation of this secret realm. With the unsealing of the silver apple mother tree, its silver branches danced gracefully, celebrating their unsealing while also welcoming the arrival of Song Kai, their new master. You heard right. After successfully binding the seed of torch to this secret realm, the silver apple mother tree recognized him as its new master on its own accord, without needing him to waste a slot on an enslavement medal. For Song Kai, this was a cause for happiness since the imprints of enslavement medals are limited, and saving one was a good thing. The only downside was that since the silver apple mother tree served as the core of the secret realm, it would probably be unable to be actively transplanted out of this breeding secret realm unless some special method became available later on. After unsealing the silver apple mother tree, Song Qi's gaze shifted toward the 2 4th-rank void demons not far away. Feeling his will, the branches of the silver apple mother tree next to him began to emit a great amount of the rule of wood. This power of laws converged around the bodies of the 2 4th-rank void demons, sealing off all their potential actions to follow. Without time to be surprised, Song Qi's thoughts shifted, and he began to unseal the first void demon. As the sealing power on the void demon was slowly removed, a red light emerged from the horizon, tearing through the clouds and quickly plunging precisely into the body of the 4th-rank void demon. 2 seconds later, Song Kai frowned. The enslavement had failed. Not discouraged, while the void demon was still not fully conscious, he once again activated the enslavement medal component on the Kongchang outside of the secret realm. This time it went smoothly, and the 4th-rank void demon was successfully enslaved. The void demon, which had been released from its seal, flickered with crimson light in its eyes and had space law fluctuating over its body. It then bowed to Song Kai and said, "Master." In that moment, joy surfaced on Song Qi's face. Although the silver apple mother tree also belonged to the units with 4th-rank combat power, reaching the level of a 6th-rank starry sea plant at its peak, its potential far surpassed that of the 4th-rank void demon. However, the key point was not this, for it was restricted by breeding secret realm number 004 beneath its feet and could not be considered a normal 4th-rank force. This void demon was different, as it was not limited by this secret realm. No matter where Song Kai went afterwards, it could accompany him all the way, a true and reliable 4th-rank guardian. Just as he was getting excited, Song Qi's gaze happened to fall on a serious wound on the body of the void demon, inflicted by the silver apple mother tree earlier. Healing a wound on a 4th-rank unit is no simple task, and there's no medical cabin type specialized component on Kangchong. This is going to be troublesome. Instead of spending resources on treatment, it might be better to make another trip to the ancient starry sky battlefield. Mulling it over, Song Qi's eyes lit up with determination, and as the thought emerged from the bottom of his heart, he could no longer contain it. In the end, he decided not to hesitate any longer. After glancing at the other 4th-rank void demon, he refrained from unsealing it and turned to leave the cultivation secret realm. The yard where his uncle and aunt lived, Zhao Hongshui sighed. "Little Kai, there are currently no surplus 3rd-rank floating land origins in the family's vein. You should go to the family." Upon hearing this, Song Kai could only put away the thousands of second-rank void crystals he was holding, but before he left, his aunt took out 4 fruits similar to pomegranates from a previous life, each the size of a palm. The divine tempering fruit tree in the Dragon Blood mystic realm has matured a batch, and these are your 4 pieces, little Kai. As Song Kai took the 4 divine tempering fruits, Aunt Zhao Hongshui paused, then added, "Little Kai, only the first fruit is the most effective. The effect of the second fruit will drop significantly. Do you have any plans to sell it?" Hearing this, Song Kai naturally understood that his aunt intended to buy, however, he refused. The 4 divine tempering fruits, one for his father and one for his mother, were definite. The remaining 2 were for his own use. He had never neglected the power of his spiritual mind. With the aid of these 2 divine tempering fruits, he estimated that he could break through to the level of 7-fold mind utilization in one fell swoop. As for 8-fold mind utilization, the chances were slim. It would likely require more divine tempering fruits afterward. However, this matter could be discussed with his grandfather. After the accelerated phase of the Dragon Blood mystic realm ended, the divine tempering fruit tree and Dragon Blood fruit tree could be transferred to the cultivation secret realm first. With the successful transplantation rate boosted by the immortal domain spirit soil and the intrinsic features of the cultivation secret realm, there was no need to worry about transplantation failure. Thus, the feature of the secret realm accelerator could be maximized. Back home, Song Kai gave the 2 divine tempering fruits to his mother, Chen Lixia. Knowing the effects of the fruits, she did not refuse. After that, Song Kai rushed to the Merit Tower. He needed to exchange the thousands of second-rank void crystals for third-rank floating land origins in hopes of enhancing the totem spirit column component to 4th rank in one go. The exchange went without any hitches. The family had always been keen to take as many secret realm acceleration resources like the void crystals as possible. When he returned to Green Moon Manor, fully prepared, Song Kai reactivated the deployment to the alien star domain. Both the Holy Cross beacon and the space beacon emitter had not yet completed their cooldown, which meant he had to leave the Ruins Market's spatial anchor point here. It also meant he could only stay in the ancient Starry Sky battlefield for 24 hours this time, a rather tight time frame. However, it was enough time to collect that coveted silver miraculous item. After a dizzying transition, Kang Chong appeared in the giant asteroid core space where the humanoid alien race resided. Song Chi's heartbeat quickened, as he was now just 1 step away from obtaining his very first silver-quality miraculous item. Before heading to the ancient battlefield in the ancient star domain, Song Kai summoned a humanoid alien of half-step 4th rank, ordering it to actively call forth a group of 2nd and 3rd rank humanoid aliens. The purpose was simple, not to have them scout the path, but to select worshipping vassal races for the totem spirit column. With the cultivation secret realm having been enhanced to 4th rank, its secret space expanded once more. Song Kai had carefully calculated that maintaining a worship creature tribe of no more than 300 members within it would pose no issue. Considering ecological balance and such, Song Kai had already appropriately increased the number of creatures. If combined with a tribal group of 200 to 300 humanoid aliens, it would form a complete secret realm ecological cycle. Nearly 300 humanoid aliens were brought to the core space. Seeing this, Song Kai activated the Totem Spirit Column component. The virtual image of a towering jade pillar soon appeared, and with the backings of the half-step 4th rank humanoid alien, the nearly 300 humanoid aliens easily became the worship creatures of the Cold Moon Snow Python. Thus, they were thoroughly connected with the Totem Spirit Column component, and the Kongchong no longer had restrictions of the floating land origin on them. Having taken all the humanoid aliens into the cultivation secret realm, Song Kai did not stay any longer. He navigated the Kongchong straight into the spatial wormhole ahead. This time, without any unnecessary delays, except for having a few Void Assassin clan soldier figurines clear the way ahead, there were no other episodes. Amidst the utterly shattered space of the ancient battlefield, the Kongchong left the spatial wormholes for the first time and officially set foot into the outer starry sky. There was no helping it. To procure a sufficient quantity of void crystals, Song Kai had already spent a good portion of his golden merit points over the past 20 or so days. Song Qi's idea was to first collect a few unknown ancient corpses from this part of the starry sky using the proportional scaling instrument component. Whether he would eventually exchange them for golden merit or not, he wanted to confirm the level of these starry space ancient corpses. Given their nearly 10,000-meter stature, they naturally corresponded to level 5 lifeforms of the starry sea. Yet, judging by the oppressive aura they emanated, it didn't seem like the pressure of 5th rank level, which was always a point of confusion for Song Kai. Regarding this, he didn't lack conjectures. The one that first surfaced in his mind and seemed most plausible was this. These unknown ancient corpses were once 5th rank beings, but after enduring the assaults of Void Gangwon and Void Rifts in this shattered star space for many years, the residual bloodline power in their bodies was greatly weakened. However, even if that was the ultimate truth, there was still one thing he needed to clarify: the rank of the primordial blood that could be refined from these once great corpses of yore. Was it 5th rank, or had it decayed to 4th rank? The difference between the two seemed small, but in reality, it was fundamentally significant. The biological origin blood of a level 5 creature could also be used in the process of upgrading a cruiser to a Zhulu warship, offering a success rate as high as 16%, an effect that was twice that of ordinary 4th rank primordial blood. Moreover, even if used in the upgrade from a Zhulu warship to a battleship, it could provide a success rate of about 8%, a value far beyond what 4th rank primordial blood could compare with. Over the previous 5 months, Song Kai had initially blazed a safe route to 2 of the 10,000-meter ancient corpses via those asteroid belt creatures. Thus, the Kongchong could now slowly approach these 2 ancient corpses. Of course, it wasn't about letting the Kongchong directly scout the path. Right in front of the warship, 10 Void Assassin Clan soldier figurines lined up, advancing slowly along the initially blazed safe route. On another front, 3 Void Assassin Clan soldier figurines and a 4th rank Void Demon in a damaged state were already prepared to be deployed. Having reinforced each of them with a plasma shield, Song Kai activated the fixed-point launch pad. Hum hum hum. After a faint spatial fluctuation, 4 silhouettes vanished from within the Kongchong. Near the breach to the basic gene ore storage room passage, 4 silhouettes quietly appeared. Under the swift directive of Song Qi's brainwaves, the 3 Void Assassin Clan soldier figurines led the way, followed by the 4th rank Void Demon, all moving slowly forward. Fortune was decent. No small probability event of law traces shifting occurred, and the 4 successively stepped through the frequently traversed breach. Passing through basic gene ore storage room 1, 2, and 3, the 3 Void Assassin Clan soldier figurines voluntarily halted their steps, leaving only the last Void Demon to continue onward. Song Kai chose not to rush into activating the enslavement mark. Frenzy Trada, he wanted to see if the Void Demon could reach the Guardian Leader without utilizing the trait. After all, using the enslavement mark, Frenzy trait came at the cost of burning all vitality, and for an ensnared 4th rank level creature, Song Kai was admittedly reluctant. The combat power of the Kongchong had yet to reach the standard of a regular 4th rank. If it weren't for the fortuitous event of sealing 2 4th rank Void Demons in the Cultivation Secret Realm, he wouldn't have been able to successfully enslave them. If possible, he did not want to waste one here so recklessly. Once these 2 4th rank Void Demons were gone, securing another regular 4th rank enslaved creature wouldn't be so easy. Step by step, the 4th rank Void Demon moved forward, and Song Qi's hopes rose little by little. Compared to the 4th rank puppet bodies of the Void Assassin Clan soldier figurines, the flesh of the Void Demon, which had been baptized by the power of laws over the years, was clearly much stronger. As he walked slowly forward, he had unknowingly passed by Mineral Storage Room 4 and was heading towards Mineral Storage Room 5. But that was about it. Feeling the increasingly heavy footsteps of the Void Demon, Song Kai estimated that it was nearly at its limit. Their current position was still a considerable distance from the Tri-Eye Guardian leader's chamber. It seems unavoidable, since that's the case. With a sudden shift of thought, the enslavement mark, frenzy, trait activated. Whoosh! Scalding red steam emitted from the fourth-rank Void Demon's body, causing it to swell in size, accompanied by a sudden surge in life pressure. In an instant, the fourth-rank Void Demon transformed from a wounded fourth-rank unit into a fifth-rank entity. As its physique was amplified in sync, the oppressive aura that filled the corridor seemed to lessen quite a bit, and the Void Demon's steps became much lighter. Song Kai was not interested in the changes to the Void Demon's strength. All he knew was that he had only half an hour left. Consequently, the Void Demon quickly received his command to advance swiftly. Thud! 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 The heavy footsteps echoed as the Void Demon moved closer to the target chamber. As the distance to the Tri-Eye Guardian leader's room dwindled, Song Kai, who was connected to the Void Demon via a brainwave imprint, became increasingly excited. At the same time, Song Kai was now fully certain that the door to the Tri-Eye Guardian's chamber had indeed never been completely closed, and the silver light he had previously detected became clearer. With his mind in turmoil, the Void Demon finally reached the chamber door. Click! Under the Void Demon's hands and feet, the alloy door did not remain immovable like the other Tri-Eye Guardian rest chambers had, but instead started to open slowly. Once sure of this, Song Chi's hanging heart was finally put at ease. If so, it meant that his actions this time were likely not to go in vain. Even though the alloy door was being pushed open slowly, it was not as straightforward as the usual mineral storage room. Even with the Void Demon's fifth-rank strength, it still pushed extremely slowly. Luckily, it was only a small difficulty, and the crevice in the door continued to widen. After enduring roughly 10 minutes of agonizing wait, the alloy door was finally pushed completely open. What followed was a dazzling silver light. It really is a silver, starry sea oddity. From the distant Kang Chong, Song Ci's lips curved up into a familiar arc, and he urged the Void Demon to move faster. Upon receiving his command, the Void Demon entered the Guardian leader's chamber. Despite the grandiose name, the chamber's amenities were extremely simple. Besides a standard single bed, there was only a set of tables and chairs. The strong silver glowing object was quietly resting on the table. With the door no longer an obstacle, the Void Demon quickly stepped up to the table. Song Kai did not dare let it directly touch the bracelet-like object that emitted a dazzling silver light. A wisp of space law power emerged from the palm and soon touched the surface of the bracelet. Whir! 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 The subtle trembling sound resonated within the resting chamber. Seeing no other movements, Song Kai then allowed the Void Demon to pick up the bracelet-like thing. Because it was just a brainwave imprint, he couldn't immediately examine the specific information about the strange object, so he had the Void Demon secure it for now. 2 minutes later, after a thorough search, the Void Demon held another object that resembled an identity card in its hand. Through the Tri-Eye race's script on the card, Song Kai learned its specific name. Tri-Eye Guardian Commander's rank. It seems to be an identity card indeed. After pondering for a moment, Song Kai still had the Void Demon take it along. Although it wasn't a strange object, it might indeed be useful later on. A Guardian leader of the Tri-Eye race, the title sounded quite significant. With nearly half of the enslavement mark, frenzy, trait's duration gone, Song Kai did not let the Void Demon linger any longer. Soon, the Void Demon delivered the dazzling silver strange object to the fissure in the corridor, where it was handed over to a waiting second-rank humanoid alien race to be returned to the ruins market. The Void Demon did not return but went back into the corridor. Song Kai wanted to make use of its last 15 minutes, to see if it could play some other role. For example, to explore other precious mineral storage rooms or the overall mineral storage room, etc. As for the basic gene ore storage rooms, even if they were opened, the subsequent unloading would take a very long time, so Song Kai excluded them directly. In front of the precious mineral storage room, the Void Demon pushed hard against the alloy door, but frustratingly, the precious mineral storage room seemed different from the previous basic gene ore storage rooms. The door couldn't be opened through brute force. Unwilling to give up, Song Kai then had the Void Demon turn to the main mineral storage room and similarly pushed against the alloy door with all its might. Still, the result was the same. The door didn't budge. Out of desperation and curiosity, Song Kai had the Void Demon use the Tri-Eye Guardian Commander's rank card. As the card gently brushed across the alloy door, like passing some special verification, the door that had been immovable began to tremble violently and then slowly opened. On the other hand, after a quick visit to the Zutian Ruins market, Song Kai tightly clenched the bracelet like Starry Sea oddity in the Kangchong. With the infusion of strands of spectral energy, he soon succeeded in obtaining the specific attributes of this silver miraculous item. That included Marvel attributes and Warship component attributes. Marvel: Guardian Commander's Soul Solidifying Bracelet. Quality: Silver. Convertible: Tri-Eye Solidifying Ring. Note: exclusively issued to Guardian Commanders, this decoration has undergone continuous evolution for 120,000 years and has transformed into an extremely rare silver legendary quality marvel. Among its marvel attributes, the only thing that Song Kai focused on were the words, Silver Legend. Because of this, he finally knew the special title that a silver quality Starry Sea oddity possessed. Orange Glory, Red Epic, Silver Legend. After the Marvel attributes came the unique Warship component attributes it could convert into. Tri-Eye Solidifying Ring LV0 Quality. Silver Feature. All the following unique effects are doubled. Feature 2. Extra +2 to the number of times soul solidification can be applied in a single instance, 1/2. Feature 3. This component occupies a fixed slot count of 1. Feature 4. Extra +2 to the quality limit for soul solidification, 1/2. Consumption: 5,000 per use, spectral energy points. Effect: applies a soul solidification effect to the designated 3, 1+2, components. In the next 3 days, whether they are unloaded or not, their enhancement level will not be reset, and it can be effective up to gold, red +2, quality warship components. Charge: 30s. Buffer: 720 hours up rank requirement. 30 strands of floating land origin. 0 rank. 3,000 spectral energy points. Having finished examining this silver legendary quality component, Song Kai felt a brief pause in his originally expectant and joyful expression. This was an irrefutably special component to preserve the warship component's enhancement level, not to say that its value wasn't high. On the contrary, such components were very rare and considered extremely scarce in the market. However, it was unfortunate that for him, about to compete in the ranking battles, it indeed couldn't provide an immediate increase to the Kangchong's combat power. That was a fact. With a sigh, Song Kai still made it a priority to install this component onto the Kangchong. After all, it was a silver quality component, and what's more, it was a silver component that only occupied 1 slot. It is known that ordinary special red curios require 3 extra slots to install, and silver legendary quality often demands even more. This fact alone highlighted its value. The extra slot space it freed up was extremely precious. Don't look at the Kangchong currently having plenty of empty slots. That's only because Song Kai had awakened for just under 3 years. Once time accumulated, the slots on a torch warship could never be enough. Without further ado, his attention quickly shifted to another perspective deep in his mind. In the main mineral storage room, as the alloy door was verified and opened by the Guardian Commander's rank, a Void Demon carefully stepped inside. It was indeed very different from the basic gene ore storage room, not only in the number of cabinets, which was just a few, but also lacking those alloy mech guards. As the Void Demon walked to the few solitary cabinets, a striking silver light suddenly appeared before its eyes. Right in the center of the 5 cabinets, One of them was holding a starry sea oddity radiating dazzling silver light. The moment Song Kai caught sight of this sliver of silver radiance, his entire attention was drawn to it. Undoubtedly, this was also a silver legendary quality starry sea oddity. If the part of the Tri-Eye solidifying ring was a strange object that Song Kai had long anticipated, then this unknown silver quality strange object was definitely a surprise of earth-shattering proportions. Originally, because of the functional nature of the Tri-Eye solidifying ring part, Song Kai had been somewhat tormented with misgivings, sighing whether it was worth exchanging a 4th-rank Void Demon for an earlier chance to obtain it. Now, however, there was no need to worry about that anymore. 2 silver legendary quality strange objects, regardless of whether the second one could be transformed into a component of the ship, this expedition had definitely paid off. 2 objects that could potentially be enhanced to 7th rank, with the value of each one unimaginable, let alone both. Under Song Chi's full expectations, the Void Demon extended its arm towards the storage counter in front of it. This counter also seemed to have special restrictions, as the Void Demon was unable to open it for a moment, causing Song Kai to instinctively tense up. Almost subconsciously, he had the Void Demon take out the Guardian Commander's rank again. Ding! After a faint noise, the storage counter was finally opened. Phew! Seeing this, Song Kai let out a sigh of relief, a sense of fortune welling up in his heart. If it weren't for the tiny gap left in the room of the Tri-Eye Guardian Leader, the Tri-Eye's solidifying ring and the Guardian Commander's rank would not have been acquired by him. Naturally, it would also have been impossible to open the gate of the main mineral storage room and obtain the second silver legendary strange object. All of this could certainly be said to be closely linked, with the half-open Guardian Leader's room being the starting cause of everything that followed. With no time to think further, the Void Demon had already picked up the pentagonal mineral radiating with a shiny silver light from the counter. Knowing that brainwaves could not remotely examine the specific properties, Song Kai did not hesitate. He instructed the Void Demon to carefully collect the unknown mineral into the storage capsule he carried with him. Then, turning around, he headed towards several other storage counters nearby. There were 5 counters in the main mineral storage room, but for some reason possibly taken by the Tri-Eye race or maybe due to high collection requirements apart from the counter where the silver strange object mineral was found, 2 of the remaining 4 were empty. As for the last 2, the items they contained were all too familiar to Song Kai. The crystal-clear gemstone surrounded by the mysterious, dense power was none other than a law crystal, right? However, the law crystals stored in the 2 counters also differed. One was emanating an orange radiance with an aura of mystery and carried traces of sharpness, likely a low-level metal attribute law crystal. As for the second one, the surprise it brought to Song Kai was even greater. Not only did it radiate a brilliant red light, but the mysterious law power it gathered was that familiar trace of void, which, if he wasn't mistaken, should be an intermediate spatial attribute law crystal. After removing both, one after the other, and placing them into 2 separate storage capsules, the Void Demon didn't linger and quickly rushed out of the cabin. With 3 strange objects of silver, red, and orange bound to it, and considering the importance, Song Kai did not dare let it stay any longer and found it safer to first return to the ruins market. As he passed by the rare mineral storage room cabin door, he intended to let the Void Demon try using the Guardian Commander's rank in his hand without stopping, but after thinking about it, he decided not to linger and headed straight towards the crack at the end of the corridor. For safety, it was better to let the Void Demon deliver them to the waiting 2nd-rank humanoid alien race outside, especially since under the current 5th-rank physique of the Void Demon, it was only a matter of 2 steps away. Of course, the key was that the enslavement mark, Furious Trait's duration still had nearly 9 minutes remaining, which meant there was still time to explore this rare mineral storage room. A dozen seconds later, the Void Demon reached the edge of the ship's breach, carefully tossing the 3 storage capsules to the 2nd-rank humanoid alien race. Once the humanoid alien race activated the ruins market walking rank in hand and successfully teleported into the ruins market, the Void Demon then turned around and went back to the rare mineral storage room. With one silver, one red, and one orange starry sea oddity found within a single main mineral storage room, Song Kai still had great expectations for this rare mineral storage room. Even if it couldn't compare to the main mineral storage room, it still wouldn't be too much inferior. Taking advantage of the last few remaining minutes, the Void Demon quickly returned to the front of the rare mineral storage room with Song Chi's brainwave imprint. Beep. The Guardian Commander's rank lightly swiped, and the alloy cabin door in front snapped open with a click. Like the main mineral storage room, it easily passed verification. The next second, before he had even stepped fully into the door of the rare mineral storage room, Song Kai sensed something amiss through his brainwaves. He turned his gaze towards the corner of the cabin. The familiar red light flickered, and Song Chi's heart skipped a beat. Hissa behind him, the sound of the alloy cabin door closing rang out. Without time to think further, before the door fully shut, the Guardian Commander's rank in his hand was forcefully thrown by the Void Demon towards the side of Mineral Storage Room 5. The Void Assassin clan soldier figurines, waiting in front of Mineral Storage Room 3, quickly became dull-eyed. The movement they were making to pick up the Guardian Commander's rank also came to an abrupt halt. The closed door cut off the brainwave imprint's connection with them, and without instructions from their master Song Kai, the Void Assassin clan soldier figurines naturally lost the ability to act on their own. Tens of thousands of kilometers away from the colossal Tri-Eye race flagship, the Kongchong was slowly approaching a giant ancient corpse. In the battleship's main control room, Song Chi's eyes narrowed slightly, with the majority of his attention converging on the Void Demon, or rather the rare mineral storage room. This storage room combined the features of both the basic ore storage room and the main ore storage room, with a door mechanism like the latter's, yet inside it resembled the basic ore storage room, unexpectedly guarded by an alloy mecha. Moreover, it wasn't just an ordinary alloy mecha guard but an advanced version with 5th rank combat power. Unprepared, the Void Demon upon entering was immediately entangled by this 5th rank mecha guardian. Knowing that the Void Demon's combat power was severely limited, it was nearly impossible to defeat it in the remaining few minutes. Thus, the command Song Kai issued was not to directly confront this 5th rank advanced mecha guardian, but to have the Void Demon try to delay as much as possible, depleting its remaining energy while also taking a complete look around the rare mineral storage room. Minutes later, as the life force of the 5th rank exuded by the Void Demon began to fade, the alloy mecha guardian quickly delivered the final blow. And Song Kai, having almost completed the inspection of the entire storage room, did not continue to maintain the brainwave imprint. Back within the Kangchong, Song Kai, who had fully retracted his spiritual focus, had shifting lights in his eyes, with waves of anticipation surging in his heart. The rare mineral storage room truly lived up to its name of being rare. In just these few minutes, through the Void Demon's line of sight, he had seen law stones, space lock stones, titanium crystals, and many other valuable mining resources, and there was no small amount of each. It wasn't like in the main ore storage room, where a single stone would occupy an entire pedestal by itself. After a brief excitement, Song Kai quickly refocused. Clearly, the resources in this rare storage room were not something he could obtain in the short term. To enable the Void Assassin clan soldier figurines to progress to the door of the room, and to deplete the energy of the advanced alloy mecha guardian step by step, it was necessary to enhance the component of the Void Phantom Assassin soldier figure tree to 5th rank first. Understanding this, he did not dwell further on the matter. What's most important now was to get his hands on the two 10,000-meter alien ancient corpses and to retrieve the Guardian Commander's rank from the Tri-Eyed Sentry. This object was the key to unlocking the rare mineral storage room later on. Of course, the most important thing was to check the specific attributes of the 3 starry sea oddities that had been sent to the ruins market. The previous, Tri-Eye solidifying ring component, because it was a functional part with special features, didn't greatly enhance the combat power of the Kangchong. Hence, Song Kai had great expectations for this second legendary strange object. His spirit merged into the ancestral aperture between his eyebrows, and upon triggering the Star Sea Ruin market rank, Song Qi's figure disappeared from the Kangchong. A few seconds later, he reappeared, but now he held 3 items emitting different glows. Strange object. Metal attribute law crystal. Quality: orange. Effect: contains a trace of the metal law. Carrying it can enhance the speed of comprehending the metal law, and when activated, it can serve as a one-time medium for metal law enhancement. Strange object. Intermediate spatial attribute law crystal. Quality: red. Effect: contains a trace of the essence of spatial law. Carrying it can greatly increase the speed of comprehending spatial law, and when activated, it can serve as a one-time medium for spatial law enhancement. The 2 strange objects, orange and red, were exactly as Song Kai had guessed, both being law crystals. There is no doubt about the value of the 2. Law crystals are the rarest and most expensive among peers of the same class. Especially the red quality intermediate spatial attribute law crystal. For starry sea creatures of the 4th rank that pursue the spatial law, it is definitely a treasure comparable to a silver legendary oddity. But unfortunately, regardless of their value, Song Kai couldn't use them for the time being and had to take both into the ancestral aperture. As the 2 law crystals were absorbed into his forehead, at this moment, there were already 3 law crystals in the ancestral aperture chaos space of Song Kai. 1 of each in fire, metal, and space attributes. Should outsiders learn of this, even 4th or 5th rank torch ship captains would be astounded. Law crystals, these special starry sea oddities, are extremely rare, and a 2nd rank torch ship captain holding 3 of them is even rarer. Moving his attention away from the few law crystals, Song Qi's gaze fell upon the regular pentagonal jade stone. After a lengthy observation, an attributes panel popped up before his eyes. Strange object. 5 elements stone. Quality: silver. Rank: 0 rank. Evolution available: 1. 5 elements glazed tile disc. 2. Immortal realm 5 elements celestial energy shield. Note: one of the inherited immortal treasures from the 5 elements Dao Palace of the ancient immortal domain civilization, which later fell into the hands of the tri-eyed royal family, Shikong. It is a rare and legendary strange object. 5 elements stone. Seeing these 3 words for the first time, Song Qi's heart completely firmed, and he didn't quite know how to describe it. Nevertheless, his intuition told him that this strange object would not be mediocre. After pondering for a moment, he finally concluded that it was related to the novels from his previous life. In those immortal cultivation novels he remembered from his previous life, anything associated with words like 5 elements, 4 symbols, 8 trigrams, were all incredibly formidable existences. Operating on that belief, he shifted his gaze downward again, and with a flicker of light in his hand, the original clear jade suddenly transformed into a glazed color array plate. It was one of the 2 convertible forms of this strange object, the 5 elements glazed tile disc. This 5 elements glazed tile disc was not part of the ship-mounted components, but more like the form of an immortal treasure from the ancient immortal domain civilization. Perhaps for that reason, the spectral energy he was continuously injecting into it didn't elicit any response. Indeed, it seems that it requires the unique mana of cultivators. Shaking his head gently, Song Qi's thoughts shifted, and the form of the glazed tile disc changed into a component suitable for the torch warship. Also one of the items in the convertible column, the Immortal Realm 5 Elements Celestial Energy Shield. The moment this component completed its transformation, its ship-mounted component attribute panel also appeared. Immortal Realm 5 Elements Celestial Energy Shield LV0. Quality: silver feature. 5 elements cycle, mutual generation and conquest. Feature 2. Additional 110% increase in shield value. Feature 3. Additional 100% increase in defense value. Feature 4. True defense consumption, 30 per second, spectral energy points. Defense: 46 shield value, 966 charge, 30s. Post-overload buffer, 1 hour. Up rank requirement, 30 strands of floating land origin, 0 rank, 3000 energy points, 10 kilograms of each 5 elements ore. 5 elements cycle. Mutual generation and conquest. Possessing the power of the 5 elements, the energy shield automatically weakens the might of external 5 elements attribute energy attacks by 10%. True defense. The 5 elements celestial energy shield has a true defense feature, unaffected by common armor break, shield break, and piercing attributes, and significantly reduces the effect of attacks with true armor piercing, true shield breaker, true piercing, and similar properties. Looking at this brand new Silver Legend component attribute panel in front of him, the smile in Song Chi's eyes could not be concealed. Compared to the Tri-Eye solidifying ring, of the same quality, this component was entirely on the other end of the spectrum. Its enhancement to the current combat power of Kang Chong was definitely the greatest among all the components of the same quality. Because it can be combined with the Neutron Star Core Armor component for a synergy effect, achieving a result where 1 + 1 greater than 2. If it is also enhanced to 4th rank, combined with Neutron Star Core Armor, Song Kai doesn't even dare imagine the level of defensive capability Kang Chong would reach. Not to mention too much, but even facing a level 5 life head-on, it might be able to withstand a few hits. To be noted, this is about withstanding hits head-on, not the previous situation where they were separated by a great distance in that void dark space. There's a fundamental difference between the two. If it had been a head-on encounter before, the dark matter energy shield would probably have completely overloaded in one hit, rather than just a 76% reduction in shield value. After calming his mind, Song Kai took back the component into his ancestral torch. He indeed wanted to equip it directly, but even if he could dismantle the dark matter energy shield generator without any damage using the Tri-Eye solidifying ring feature, he didn't have enough resources to enhance the new silver shield to the 4th rank in the short term. He would have to resolve all the matters here first. As for the issue of replacing the 2 energy shield components, that would have to wait until he returned to his family for further consideration. Woo woo woo. The urgent howling sound pulled Song Chi's thoughts back to reality. After confirming the surroundings, he knitted his brows tightly and ultimately could only signal to a row of Void Assassin Clan soldier figurines in front of the warship to retreat, while the Kang Chong also retreated toward the rear. Not far to the side, a small-scale void gangwind burst out from a void crack that was tens of meters in diameter. The path of the gangwind happened to be perpendicular to their route of advance, with a small overlap between them. The diameter of this void gangwind wasn't large, far less than the length of the Kang Chong, with limited might. With the void resistance granted by the spacelock feature, the void membrane, and the void escape orb, neither the Kang Chong nor the group of Void Assassin Clan soldier figurines were afraid. The reason they avoided it from afar was not because of the void gangwind itself but for fear it might trigger hidden traces of law as it swept through. Suspected traces of law left behind by many 5th-rank stellar sea creatures, their power was not to be underestimated, and even the Kang Chong did not dare to resist it head-on. With the Neutron Star Core Armor, the hull might not be torn apart directly, leading to a sinking scenario, but this was based on the premise of a single burst. If a double, or even triple traces of law were encountered, the Kang Chong also faced a great risk of sinking. After this unexpected encounter, there were no further incidents. Once the void gangwind had howled by, Song Kai repeated his previous actions, and dozens of Void Assassin Clan soldier figurines advanced as scouts, with the Kang Chong slowly following behind them. Approximately a few hours later, having encountered no further mishaps, the Kang Chong successfully reached the effective range of the proportional scaling instrument component. A wisp of ghost light shot out from the Kang Chong and quickly entered the vast ancient corpse ahead. Just then, the volume of the ancient corpse rapidly shrank. What was originally over 9,000 meters in volume reduced to just under 80 meters in the blink of an eye. Subsequently, under the pull of the traction beam, The shrunk ancient corpse, reduced by a factor of 120, was slowly drawn towards the Kang Chong. It's still not quite right. 80 meters is still too big. The 120-meter Kang Chong might not be able to fit it. With a headache, Song Kai had no choice but to take out the remaining not much third-rank floating land origin and titanium crystal in his hand. After several enhancements, the proportional scaling instrument component was enhanced to LV39. With a 9-level increase, its scaling factor increased from 120 times to 165 times. Thus, the barely over 50 meters long ancient corpse could finally be squeezed into the Kang Chong. There was no need to go back to the ruins market. After dragging it into the warship, Song Kai directly sent the ancient corpse into the cultivation secret realm and then headed for the second ancient corpse, which had a preliminary safe route established. Just as before, dozens of Void Assassin clan soldier figurines led the way, with the Kang Chong following behind. Keeping 4 strands of spiritual awareness on the warship for vigilance, Song Kai extended the other 2 into the cultivation secret realm. In one corner of the secret realm, where the 50-meter-long alien race ancient corpse was located, the 2 strands of spiritual awareness converged here. Frankly speaking, Song Kai didn't care about the origins of this ancient corpse. Even though a creature that would dare to target a member of the Overlord-level civilization's royal family could not possibly be ordinary, Song Kai still had no interest. After all, it was a grudge from over 100,000 years ago. At present, all he cared about was the rank of the flesh and blood within the ancient corpse. Utilizing control over the cultivation secret realm beneath him, Song Kai carefully explored for a while, and the conclusion he reached was not entirely satisfactory. Judging by the strength of this body, it was undoubtedly a 5th-rank life form before its death. However, from the life pressure it's currently emitting and the flesh exposed in several places on its body, it should now be of the 4th-rank level. This result, to be honest, was not satisfying. Compared to the value of 5th-rank lifeform flesh, the worth of 4th-rank flesh was naturally much less. However, one thing that could be certain was that even after so many years of having their energy sapped by the occasionally ravaging Void Gangwind, the 4th-rank primordial blood that could be refined from this corpse would not be ordinary 4th-rank biological origin blood. Its effect on the promotion of the Torch warship would likely be stronger than many other 4th-rank primordial bloods. What would be the increase in the success rate of the cruiser's promotion to a Zhulu warship? 12% or higher. It's a pity that the Furious Lion has already merged with a drop of 4th-rank primordial blood. Song Kai had some guesses in his heart but was not sure. After all, he was just a 2nd-rank Torch ship captain. Even if he had been recognized by his clan elders and listed as a candidate in the familial hierarchy, his personal authority within the clan had recently increased. However, he was still only an alternate and had joined the list not so long ago, so his understanding of critical information above the 4th rank was still very limited. What he could be sure of was the effect of the primordial blood refined from the nearly 10,000-meter ancient corpse would be assuredly stronger than that of the 4th-rank golden-armored giant beast. As impressive as the Starry Sky Behemoth's bloodline might be, it's unlikely it reached the stage of transcending ranks.